How's it going, everyone? This is Psycho Blue, conductor of the Hype Train, Mr. Hype Gems, hashtag Crosswires, hashtag Streetfighterxtekken. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. I've been busy, as you well know. I have a full-time job. I'm a department chair, not quite clinical director, but I am the director of my department at a mental health clinic, and with that comes a lot of responsibility. I'm also a tournament organizer, not just for Cross Tekken or even other games such as Marvel Infinite or Tekken Tag 2, but I also run my locals. That also takes up part of my attention. I am also working on a story for another game, and more on that as I'm allowed to talk about it. But it is time to talk about Street Fighter Cross Tekken and the event that took place over the weekend at Combo Breaker in Chicago. We were an official side tournament. We actually got the nod over games that I would think Cross Tekken would have been snubbed over for understandable reasons. Ultra Street Fighter 4 didn't make it in. Marvel Infinite didn't make it in. Yeah, a lot of games that I would expect to be there every year didn't make the cut this year, but Street Fighter Cross Tekken did. And I'm very grateful to Hado and everyone else at the Combo Breaker staff for allowing me to bring this game that I love so much to the national stage once more. The top four, as of this recording, is not yet up, but it will be on IFC Yipe's YouTube channel, and the Discord link will be there. Let's talk about some good news. A day or so ago, this came up, and I'm going to pull up the full screen right now once I find exactly where I put it. Just a moment. I have not taken the screenshot yet, but bear with me. There we go. Yeah, right here. Street Fighter Cross Tekken actually got publicly updated last Wednesday. So the bad news, it killed the online, but the good news is now you don't need Game for Windows Live to boot up, and it actually saves your DLC that you've already purchased, and now you can access it without having to log into Game for Windows Live. That was a big obstacle that I kept running into when I ran the official PC port in tournaments offline. If I didn't have Game for Windows Live and I hadn't logged in yet, it wouldn't access Lars and Blanca and those characters every time. Sometimes I get lucky and let me log in while offline, other times not so much. But now it won't be an issue if I continue to run on the PC version. I can boot up, and whether I'm offline or online, thanks to what I'm assuming the move to Steamworks, that now I can run the official PC version. What you're going to be seeing footage of in a couple minutes is the RPCS3 version, which is the emulated version of PlayStation 3. Fantastic port, by the way. It's probably the best version of Cross Tekken, even considering the official PC port. But the good news is, it looks like, based on that public update and the one that happened last night, that Cross Tekken will be purchasable again soon on Steam. The assumption that I got, not just for Cross Tekken, but talking to other people in the Resident Evil, Operation Raccoon City community, the Lost Planet community, and yeah, those particular games that were also Game for Windows Live Effect like Cross Tekken, they looked at the update that all those games got, and it's basically placeholder data for what looks to be an official port to Steamworks. So once that's up, I suspect that the game will be reactivated for purchase, and you guys can play Cross Tekken on an official basis once more without having to dig up your PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. I'm very excited about that. I can't stress that enough. But there's other big news that's coming. I actually got confirmation from the artist that I collaborated with and put a down payment for a week ago to talk about this. Gabriel Garcia, the singer of the Street Fighter Cross Tekken opening, Honest Eyes, is making an original song for me to use for Street Fighter Cross Tekken and other Crosswires events moving forward. And I cannot wait to show you what it looks like, what it sounds like, and thank you again, Mr. Garcia, for allowing me to talk about it and answering the call when I approached you and, hey, you want to do business? I explained who I was, said what we do here for Street Fighter Cross Tekken, among other Crosswires games, and he named his price. Sounded reasonable, so we'll see what happens. I've already put the down payment down, as I said a moment ago, so it's underway. He has shown me some progress, but I can't share it just yet. Yeah, I'm really excited, guys. Cross Tekken is back, and there will be Evo announcements very soon. I spoke to Markman, and he told me he's going to keep an eye out for the application I put for the Evo BYOC area. You have to fill an application, and you have to hope that you're chosen, just like for Combo Breaker and their side tournament area. But Markman did say that based on the effort I'm putting in recently, not just of Combo Breaker, but managed to find Mr. Garcia to make an original song for us, he is going to take a look and see if he can fast track us. I'll keep you posted once I have confirmation there as well. But for now, let's jump in. Street Fighter Cross Tekken pools matches at Combo Breaker. So this is, again, the RPCS3 version, and over the course of the last few months, RPCS3 has seen a lot of optimization improvements that it didn't have before. Now you can fix your refresh rate to match your monitor, so you have all the crispiness of 120 Hz or even 240 Hz Street Fighter Cross Tekken if you wanted it. Input leniency is as good as it could possibly be. Feels great, feels smooth, no input delay. Yeah, let's get started with the actual matches though. First up is a familiar face from the pandemic era, oxyacetylene. Yeah, sorry, Oxy. And facing Oxy is Cross-Up Chris. Cross-Up Chris is on the right, and Oxy is on the left. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Oxy, I actually played a little bit at Tumblr a couple years ago, playing Alyssa, Chun-li. Good team, by the way. I just prefer... Alyssa is fantastic as a point character, maybe there's no mistake about that. I just prefer, if you're playing both of them, Alyssa's in the back. But first, this is still a game where the best neutral will win. You see Cross-Up isn't doing the full-on try-hard Akuma combos. Because there is no Street Fighter 4, there were a few players that somewhat migrated from Street Fighter 4 and hoping they could use their fundamentals from that game to apply to Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which is not an entirely bad idea. Most of the best Street Fighter Cross Tekken players historically were very strong Street Fighter 4 players. For me, once Cross Tekken came out, I migrated to it and stuck with it. Because because I was excited for it. Two, I didn't like the direction AE was going, because that had come out a few months prior, and Super Vanilla was something that I preferred a lot more. I'm not going to browbeat too much about optimization. As I said, there's a lot of new players in this tournament, which is good. It means the game is growing. And I'm hoping that the availability and the things I show these players, not just with the techniques they can use, but ways they can practice the game at home and practice it online even, that they may give another shot if there's an opportunity to do so. Something that's been bothering me, though, and this happened a lot when I was facing Spicy before the tournament started, the potential to accidentally cross yourself up is very high in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, especially when it comes to juggles and post-launch. I dropped a few games because of that. Okay, you got the corner. We're going to do with it, though. See, this I can tell Cross-Up Chris is not a pure Cross Tekken player. That felt like more of a Street Fighter 4 kind of escape of whatever corner pressure he was expecting. When it didn't roll forward on his wake up. I don't think Oxy would have expected either. That's no slight to Oxy. But that's just my opinion. I don't see Akuma use wake up, back, Ashura Warp in the corner. At least in those situations where Chun-Li isn't anywhere close. So maybe Chun-Li was expecting a roll, but Akuma reacted in a way that made me think not so much. Let's do this. Yeah, and again, I am very excited for Cross Tekken in the future, and I appreciate once more Combo Breaker letting me run this game. it's been a long passion of mine. Getting Mr. Garcia, the singer of Black Tide, to make original content for me is just part of that passion taking root. Once the Steam version gets officially re-released, hopefully in the next few weeks, based on what just happened on Wednesday, that I can share this love with more people and they'll be able to access it without having to jump through hoops, whether it be through ISOs, through weird patches, through digging up old consoles, and in Xbox 360 case, you can't even download DLC anymore because the 360 store shut down. I can tell it's been a long time with Oxy. Oxy had some combos last time I faced him. I don't remember it being like this. Is that a frame trap from double medium kick? No, I'll have to watch it back. I glanced over at the screen for a moment, so I missed what Akuma used to frame trap Chun-li. But it's definitely two crouching mediums, which is crouch medium punch, crouch medium kick, maybe. Okay, there you go. This is what I remember Oxy. All coming back to you. Oxy doing some frame traps now. Okay, Oxy remembers. Just had to get the gears turning a bit. Excellent round from Oxy. Oxy remembers. That's an armored move, so my guess is Oxy expecting a projectile round start from Ryu, and that's when the blast Ryu. I got destroyed the Fireball War by Spicy Seas Ryu. I was playing Sagat. Fireball Wars this game are scary. I like that one. Lots of frame advantage there. Okay, now that Oxy has woken up, let's see how cross-up Chris responds. Like, okay, it's for real now. Got to turn up a notch. And that notch is... I'm going to play a little more lame. Oh, no, you were stuck on normal. But Chun-Li reaching for second base and caught it. Sweet. I just realized that I am not nearly loud enough for the video. There we go. Alright, that should be a little bit better. Cross-up still won, however, as I was trying to fix the sound. 2-0 over the veteran Oxy settling. Next up is going to be Green Hayato against Cross-Up Chris. I don't know much about Green Hayato, but I did see them peek into the SuperCombo Discord a week or so prior. And in the Discord, which I will of course link in the YouTube description as I always do, that is where you can ask all of the long-term sweaty tryhards about how to level up in this game as quickly as you can. Ryu and Sagat versus Ryu and Akuma. A themed team and teams with similar styles. Just like in Tekken, you frequently see in the tag games double Lees, double Jacks, double Kazamas, double Mishimas. Now you have double Fireball DP characters. Even though Sagat isn't a full-on Shoto, he is considered a Shoto rival, Shoto adjacent. Much like Luke. Green Hayato playing the Green Ryu, and Cross-Up Chris playing the blue and yellow pacer color Ryu. Unfortunately, there is no punish counter throw in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. That was an attribute I did like about Street Fighter 6. How there were punish throws like in Dead or Alive. No DP for you there. EXDP. This is something I did notice with many of these players, especially ones who aren't the sweaty tryhards and the veterans. Most new games for Street Fighter make it so that you have to spend EX meter. And this is also like this in Street Fighter 4 as well. But especially Street Fighter 6, Street Fighter 5, all the juggle points were tied into the EX moves. In this game, not so much. Once you get someone in a float state, your normals, your specials, they all have a good amount of juggle points to continue combos in ways that maybe you can't in Street Fighter 5 and 6, where if you want to do these extenders, you'll have to spend bar. I find in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, the best uses of EX moves are for utilities, more so than damage extension. There are a few moves that you use to extend damage, moves that cause wall bounce and things of that nature, but for a lot of cases, I find the EX moves more useful for the utility of them, like with Bison's EX Psycho Crusher as a reversal, or even using the meter to tag cancel. I find that to be more important, having meter to tag cancel with rather than solo combo extensions, or in this case, moves that you think have all the juggle points, but in reality you have many more options than just what you're seeing right here. No worries, Gree. I hope you're doing well. Unfortunately, with that air toss, you have to angle it in a way where it can catch them on the way down. That was a little bit too early, and bad things happened. Green Hayato in a bad spot right now. Cross-up Chris is playing really lame. Not the worst idea. You are playing Akuma after all. And he is very squishy. Going to round 3 in this game 1. By the way, Gria, can you hear me all right? I just set the sound again. The first game I was too quiet. Once again, a lot of these players joined this tournament because Street Fighter 4 was not on the menu. So I am trying not to say too much about what to do and what not to do, because I think in their case, I'd be repeating myself too much. I was browbeating them for optimization, things like that. So right now, it's a chess game, and I want to see what they do. All right, Green Hayato, which should probably tag out now. Thank you, Gree. I appreciate it. Yeah. Something else to get used to. Most games, or at least most tag games, have it so that every partner has to be KO'd. And that's not how this works. It is Tekken tag rules. First a KO wins, and a big part of winning in Street Fighter Cross Tekken is knowing when to tag out, how to safely tag out, and that was also why I said I find meter more useful when it comes to tagging out, DP tag, Tatsu tag, things of that nature. Moves that are safe on tag cancel that allow you to bring your partner in and allow your outgoing partner to heal or not be so exposed where they're the liability about to be KO'd. Something else that many players, at least those who didn't come from 4 but came from 5 and 6, they may not realize that it wasn't really until Street Fighter 5 that you needed meter to have a fully invincible reversal. For most DP characters like Ryu, Akuma, Sagat, they had fully invincible DPs. Yeah, Sagat was weird in that his medium DP didn't feel like it had the same invincibility as his light or even his heavy at times. But with Ryu, Akuma, Ken, their medium DP was fully invincible without any kind of meter, and thanks to tag canceling, it could be even more difficult to punish on block. Not impossible, mind you. Or you could use that DP tag as a successful reversal combo extension, heavily unscaled. And Sagat barely hung on. I was about to say Sagat could have at least step kicked there, but didn't need to. Obviously, these rounds would go a lot faster if they knew their combos and had a better idea of tracking down opponents when they woke up a certain way. But I'm not going to browbeat that. I may say it a few times, but I'm not going to go into more detail like I typically would when watching high-level Cross Tekken. This is still tournament Cross Tekken, mind you. And if you good step DP, as I said, these are still Street Fighter 4 players. At least my assumption is they're that. Which means at least some Street Fighter 4 stuff will work, and strong Street Fighter 4 fundamentals will take you a long way in early Street Fighter Cross Tekken, such as what you're seeing here. Right there, that could have been a much bigger punish. Once you saw Ryu lower his guard, you could have jumped in, and as Akuma came in, do a jump heavy into jump heavy kick, confirm, and then launch into Ryu for big damage. Things you learn as you play more Cross Tekken: how to make people hurt when they tag out willy-nilly. There's a reason why tag cancels cost a bar meter. Ooh, goodness, we're swinging. He saw something. Nah, too far away, my friend. Thankfully, Akuma bleeds easily. Tied at 1 game apiece. Just a moment. There we go. I said a moment ago that my locals are part of my responsibilities now. They're asking me something to do next week for our locals, The King Returns, which you've seen on my YouTube channel several times now. It is Richmond's premier monthly, first Saturday of every month. Our games of the month, apart from Street Fighter 6, Strive, and Tekken 8, will be CVS 2 and Power Stone 2. Shouts to Capcom for the second fighting collection. Kind of alluded to on stream, maybe Cross Tekken will be part of Capcom Fighting Collection 3, but with this update coming on Steam, that may not be necessary. Good jumping after that air fireball. Don't let him get you for free about that. Anti-air again. Those fundamentals, making things happen, but cross-up Chris continuing the frame pressure. Kuma's sweep is so good. I remember when I first joined the IRC, you could have done a jump and sweep there from that range. That's hard for any Cross Tekken player, not even newer ones. When you get that jump in, what is the best button to hit them with depending on spacing? What can you do with it afterwards? In a game with raw launch, you can do a lot if you manage to catch them with a jump in, but they're far away. You hit them with your farthest reaching move, and then do a boost in the launch, and then a post-launch follow-up. Not to be, though. Cross-up Chris is on set point. Boosting in. Good punish right there. Most light mediums are hard to punish, but in Sagat's case, he has a 3-frame light, and doing that in the boost, not the worst idea to test people out. There's another boost. That's actually a decent punish of the tag in. From that spot, that's a decent beginner punish. It just wanted more off the post launch. Oh, could have more of that, but you don't know about that because the juggle points across Tekken don't work like other Street Fighter games. Yeah, normally that would be the the step kick and then angry scar uppercut, but there's no angry scar in cross Tekken, so he may not have known that he could have done a regular heavy DP and it would have worked. Both players are on set point regardless. Sorry. Yeah, when I wear these headphones, my glasses sometimes get pushed right into my cheek and it feels weird. Throw. But that's a good punish, actually. I like that. It wasn't a true punish, but if you're trying to use for frame advantage, not in this game. Dog kick is not particularly safe. Yeah, if you want to do safe reuse stuff, you should end all your strings with fireballs. That's the best way to do it. For the anti-air. Double light. Testing and make sure Ryu wasn't encroaching to throw him. EX knee? Okay. It worked. Green high out advances 2-1. There we go. Much better. Now my glasses aren't pressing against my cheek. Next up is going to be Spicy Steve and Shadow Glare. Spicy Steve, no introduction needed. Long-time presence on this YouTube channel. It's button check. Shadow Glare I don't know as much about, but understand that he plays Sailor Moon. That was an official game at Combo Breaker, by the way. Jury and Ogre. I like this team. Shadow Glare clearly plays his game if that is his team. That is a team which nicely fits the meta. Okay, Spicy Steve, he was trying Ryu King on me, and I was playing Sagat Ogre to help him get ready and be confident in his combos. So, halfway taking easy on it, and halfway seeing, okay, what's this Ryu got? And his Ryu was brutal. He hit me with Solar Plexus Strike so many times. Perfectly spaced. Perfectly spaced sweeps as well. You think it's time to walk backwards, then he sweeps you. The worst. However, he's not doing that this time. He's playing Vega. Maybe because Ryu King got bought by my Bison Heihachi once I put away Sagat and Ogre. He lost his confidence, but... No, he played... Who did he play? Did he play Ryu King against my Bison Heihachi? I didn't record that one. Either way, he's back to the mainstay of Vega King, so if he needs to go to Ryu, it's available. Still, Shadow Glare putting the pressure on him. Good walk back. Excellent use of the stand light kick to get that whip punish and throw attempt. Shin shiminy, shin shiminy, shin shin sharu. I put an elbow on you, and then you go boo-hoo. You'll hear me talk way more about that double elbow string, triple elbow string in that situation once you see Yipes' top four. TLDR, the double elbow string I think is 0 on block. You have to guess between a low attack or the overhead ender, which is crazy advantageous on hit, leading to full combos as well. Two knees, a chest pump, and a power bomb. So much damage. Vega King has fantastic synergy coming from that Crystal Flesh. Because good blocking. So I wasn't doing that earlier, and I was hoping Steve would eventually block it. He did that time. You saw Ogre try to punish the elbows, but not to be. Double elbow is 0, and you have to be very careful in those situations. Not just because King's crouch like punch is really good and has a fantastic hitbox, but also the fact that he has moves that can bash through whatever counter poke you want to fire off, whether it be his shoulder charge, the EX Shining Wizard, the EX Giant Swing. He walks so fast. In a game with very narrow throws, it always feels as if Vega has a throw that reaches just a little bit farther. It's more the fact that he walks very fast, so he's in your face quicker than you'd expect when it comes to tick throwing. Good air-to-air. No, empty jump into that fast stand-heavy punch. Full links, big damage. Spicy Steve advances 2-0. Just a moment. Can you still hear me all right? I just turned the fan on, making sure that the fan blowing in my face isn't going to lead to too much background noise. How do I sound? Do I sound clear, or is the air blowing into the mic? Alrighty, here we go. I'm trying to position myself so the air isn't blowing directly into my mic, but I'm positioned away where it's going to be facing the mic no matter what. But it is very hot in here. Very humid outside. Speaking of humid, Ogre's bringing the fire now. It's Shadow Glare and Oxy. I have the sides wrong. Just a moment. There we go. Shadow Glare's awake. Fantastic round right there. Nothing to complain about. Okay. How will Oxy respond? Not the worst idea, expecting Jury to store raw Fuhajins. Those Stu Hodgins. Sounds like a character from Family Guy. Stu Hodgin. Cross up. Out of the corner. Jury's someone else with a very fast walk. And given all the frame rate she gets off Fuhajins, that makes her tick throw game particularly dangerous. Missed the bounce. No worries. Got frame advantage. Dropping the leg. Please tag in Alyssa. Please tag in Alyssa. Or boost. That works too. Good patience from Oxy. I figured Alyssa had to come in, but Oxy was confident. Eventually got that handshake she was looking for. Overhead. No ender. Overhead. It's blocked. Not your turn, my friend. Good. X and chop waiting so you don't cross yourself up again. Stand medium kick was so active on Wake Up. I can tell Shadow Glare plays this game. The toolkit that he is using with Ogre is the one he should be using. I guess if you really want to be obnoxious, you can use the Blazing Kick for a ton of frame advantage. However, using the heavy force field as an anti-air, regardless of what side they're on, it's not the worst idea either. Shadow up 1-0. If Jury likes to jump, I want to see Destroy Alyssa stand heavy the crap out of her. Don't let her jump for free. Not when you have stand heavy punch. So good. Okay, watch yourself. That second's an overhead. But you missed the link. Stand heavy, please. Come on, Oxy. Stand heavy, please. Oxy, I will browbeat. Yeah, don't stand heavy there. Goes for the tar combo again. No one home. That's the one. Use that whenever jury jumps. No destroy forms, so no anti-air there. Nice little link from Fuhajin. I think Ogre actually finished there. Let's look at how much meter Shadow Glare has. Good poking. I like that. Well done, Oxy. Oxy's Chun-Li is more confident than the Alyssa, I can tell that. For those who don't know, Chun-Li is top tier. I was listing off the top tiers on Yipes' stream, and I forgot to mention Chun-Li, but she is absolutely in the top tier, and she is in the top 3 by my reckoning. Shadow Glare is on set point. Good job getting Alyssa out. Had to enter a text. My apologies, everyone. Good blocking. Good. Oh, no, but ending with the Owl Hunt. A little bit of mix-up there. Had to go high, then low, and then high again all of a sudden. Come on. Look at this. What are you doing, Whiffin? Now you're throwing fists? I can do that too. Shadow Glare advances 2-0. Next up is going to be J6666, 4 sixes, not 3, against Green Hayato. Another, oh, playing Heihachi as well. Okay. Let's see what you got, JC. Using my color, too. Normally I'm playing that Heihachi 2P swap costume. The Bucks colors, purple and green. Purple's my favorite color despite my name. We got links. Forgot to juggle. We got links. There you go. Double medium to be sure. Okay. He knows his target combos. Knows target. Oh, he's doing the confirms too. A little bit too far away. I usually like to use far heavy punch and then crouch medium kick into an ender. I find it's more consistent with range. But using the Hunting Hawk, typically that works more often than not if your opponent is closer to the corner of the screen. If they're too far away or they're too close to the middle of the screen, then it may whiff. He wants to reflect that fireball. I like that. Fast fireball to do on reaction, however. Okay, Owl Hunt's an option too. Tiger uppercut. Missed the throw. Target combo. Hunting Hawk too early on that normal extender. You're gonna, okay. Being bold about it. Dash up and jump in. Too far away. It's not what we want to use anyway. Won't make a difference though. As long as it doesn't get hit, it made a difference. Commentator's curse. Woo! Boom, bop, boom, bop. It continues. Those who don't know, you can reversal through that if you block it. Okay, now we're anti-airing with the back medium punch. A move that I don't use that much beyond extenders from Light Dragon Breath. Normally I anti-air with the headbutt or the stand light kick. But hey, what works, works. I've seen people anti-air with the target combo too. That twin pistons. Air to air. You're in big trouble, Hayato. Too close, actually. So, for Tekken strings, they actually come out faster on whiff. So, more than likely it caught Green Hayato unawares because it came out faster than it would have if the first hit had connected right on the button. This is the one he wanted. I think last time maybe he didn't realize how much meter he had. This time he made absolutely sure he exhausted it and get that KO. Doing the big combos to boost his confidence. Big jumping again. He's been very consistent with that. Come on. No, not that one. Has to be heavy one only. That's the parry version. There we go. That's the one you want. Missed force field that time. Block up throw. It's not throw invulnerable. It's not throw invulnerable. It's not throw invincible. I said throw invulnerable, invisible at the same time. A simple jump in and a target confirm. JC is up 1-0. Throw invulnerable. A new word here at Crosswires. Invulnerable. Okay, he's been consistent with that now. And he's ending with a sweep. He's putting some remix on that. I like that. There you go. Hard knockdown again. Overhead. You missed it that time, sadly. Too high in the air. Finally, an anti-air. That crouch medium punch so active. Another jump in, and JC's on set point. Another jump in, and we got the combos from... Oh, no, I dropped it again. At that point, just use crouch medium punch. You're going to keep using mediums. Otherwise, use stand heavy kick or close heavy punch. Close heavy punch has some interesting timing on the special cancel, but it's more consistent when hitting people up close like that. That big high five right to your balls. Boom, boom, boom. You saw him try to force field. Can't do that against throws. Walk up, Hunting Hawk. It's low at that point. Exhausting the resources. What you gonna do now? Oh, see, he put a pause on it. He said, okay, I'm not gonna fool him again. Put a little remix on that, make him guess a little bit. Too far for the Hunting Hawk. But you are close enough for the target combo at that spot. JC advances 2-0. Next up, Spicy Steve and Taupe the Goat. I'm going to go on Twitch and see how this sounds real quick. I just realized I've been on mute this whole time. I had so many good things to say about Spicy and Taupe, and it caught none of it. I was saying you can tell Tope the Goat plays this game with how he uses his Rolling Crystal Flash. But I'm impressed he took a round off Spicy. Spicy is not an easy out. But looks like Spicy's trying to finish his food now. Now he's being obnoxious with the elbows. A throw. Spicy advances 2-0. I am such a dummy. I'm finally getting warmed up my commentary, and they missed all of my good quips about this matchup in the mirror. I was saying earlier, Tope the Goat, when I first saw him pick this team, I thought maybe he was being coy with Spicy. But now I know for sure, no, he plays his team and he plays it seriously. Spicy better watch himself come top 4. Next slide is going to be Shadow Glare and Green Hayato. Oh, it's a button check. No worries. Shadow Glare has me intrigued. He showed me some things with this Jury Ogre that also lends credence to the idea that he plays this game. It is not just another Street Fighter IV cast-off. Once again, Street Fighter IV was not an official game at Conbreaker, and a couple players admitted they're only here because Street Fighter IV is not here, and same fundamentals apply, which is not wrong. But you still need to optimize your combos and know your spacing and know your frame data, just like any other fighting game. Fundamentals will take you very far, but only so far, once you get to a high enough level. How will you deal with this Fireball matchup, Jury? Green Hayato, again, not optimizing much, but every hit counts with this team. DP's hurt. How are you going to get out of this Fireball war, Jury? Okay, just wait him out. Not the worst idea. That's how Vega got me with playing Spicy earlier. Well, that's how Ryu got me, more like it. We had a Fireball war against Ryu and my Sagat, and Ryu kept guessing right his jump-ins, and I could not anticipate when he was with Fireball at mid-range. Sucks. Shadow Glare has turned the setup on his head. Until that happened, a DP. Here comes Sagat. It's a low after that, my friend. Okay, now we're being a little bit fancy. No tar combo, just light into a tick throw. Kill that red health, and 6 seconds left. You got it. Congratulations. Nothing he can do can make you lose this round. Well done. Jump in. It's the worst feeling when you throw a fireball, they jump in the moment it leaves your hand. Or they jump in before it leaves your hand, but in startup, like almost frame 1, they're already jumping. Brings flashbacks of Alpha 2 AI. The psychic fireball read. I almost said psychic DP read. Psychic fireball read. Shadow Glare is up 1-0. war has begun. Not the high one. The mid one. That's the one you want. That and the low one. There's the jump in. Correctly anticipated. Get in that mid-range, and as soon as you see him flinch, that's when you jump in, right? Always feels that way. I don't know how other people jump in and guess right every time. But whenever I try jumping and think I read something, I just get DP'd or anti-aired. Jury tried to do the splits, but Ryu said no thank you. Anti-air. Got the bounce that time. Get more consistent about that. Stand medium kick is such a good button, even in this game. Street Fighter 5, it's outright obnoxious, and I know Street Fighter 6 also really stupid. Can you believe that Street Fighter 6 turns 9 years old this year? Isn't that stupid? Street Fighter 5, I mean, Street Fighter 5 turns 9 years old, Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 5 turns 9 years old this year, and that's ridiculous to me, because I remember that was the new hotness. Even before things started to sour with reception. Oh, what are you doing? Whatever you did, Ogre said, stop it. I got the big axe kick on you. You got it. Shadow Glare is up 1-0. And he is also on set point, mind you. Okay, we dash it in, and you left your feet exposed. I can't browbeat too much. I was swept so many times by Spicy's Ryu in this pre-show, and you'll see that pre-show on my YouTube channel sometime next week. I did record that match I had with Spicy when he was playing Ryu King. Green Hayato is losing control of this match. You have a DP. You can do something. Okay, you got the very tip of the pinwheel. Just enough for Ogre to come in, put some pressure on, and finish it with a waning moon. Shadow Glare advances. Our top 4 so far looks like JC, Spicy Steve, Shadow Glare, and now we're going to see who's going to round out that top 4 with this next match and the final match of this pool stream. Taupe the Goat versus Cross Up Chris. As I was saying before I forgot to unmute my microphone, Taupe the Goat is a player from the Carolinas, and he told me that he does miss this game severely, and I can tell from how he played this Vega King team, he takes this game pretty seriously. He places very well in Street Fighter 6 as well. Once again, he's a player, I believe, from South Carolina, and when you're placing as high as he is in Street Fighter, that means you're going to be a dangerous player already because of the fundamentals you need to be good at Street Fighter. If you can combine that with the nuances SuperCross-Tekken, whether it be the combos, the spacing, the frame advantage, and the frame data, and all those things, you're going to be deadly in a hurry. Got the links, too. Taupe the Goat up around already. Throw. I should note that the EX Scarlet Terror is not that advantageous, or rather not that invincible on Wake Up. So that worked out much better than I thought it would. But to be fair, maybe God was doing something that was easily caught by that EX Scarlet Terror. But no, it's not a flash kick. You're not supposed to use it as a reversal. There are some games where Scarlet Terror is that good as an anti-air, and even as a wake-up move, but not this game. I know EX Scarlet Tear has some bit of wake-up boon that the regular ones don't. I'll have to remember exactly what it is. But don't get too crazy with it as a get-off-me move. Tove's a big troll. Just tag in King. Good. You're safe now. Well done. Tove the Goat is up 1-0. I'll pull up the frame data real quick and see exactly the EX Scarlet Terror thing before the stream concludes. Cross Up Chris is changing characters. That gives me time to look up the move. By the way, I'm looking this up on the SuperCombo wiki, which is complete. Please check that if you want to learn this game, and I will put the link in the YouTube description like I typically do. Okay, here we go. Scarlet Terror. EX. It has no invincibility whatsoever, and its startup is pretty much the same as all the other ones. So, as a reversal, it has no real use. But it worked in that situation. Jump back, medium kick, only to get booed in the face with a jump heavy kick. Rolling claw. By the way, if they're doing them that far away, you can raw launch Vega as he approaches you in that situation. Tove the Goat is on set point thanks to that jump heavy kick air to air. That move is shockingly effective in those situations. I've been caught by it so many times, even when I'm playing Bison. Very strange. Whoa, no! Okay! We're going for the cosmic... What's the name? We're going for that down forward heavy kick. I forgot. I think cosmic heals the overhead. Let me see. What is down forward heavy kick? Yeah, cosmic heals down forward heavy kick. Piece of Mercury is the overhead. Piece of Mercury is also good in this game, mind you. Cross Up Chris has turned the tide of this. You still have to play Street Fighter, mind you, and if you're not careful, no matter how many combos you know, if you get hit, some of the good fundamentals just keep you out all day. Cross Up Chris showing signs of life. Kuma's back in. How will Vega close this gap? This is a big life deficit. And Vega has no meter to blast through the fireballs with his projectile invincible stuff. I don't think that was a punish, but still sucks. Oh, you flinched. Stan light kick to the rescue. Kuma's all of a sudden almost dead, and that is the set. He's so squishy. Some master of fist you are. Tove the Goat is now your final entry in the top 4 for Streetfighterxtekken at Combo Breaker 2025. Well done, Tove the Goat. 2 Vega King players, 2 Ogre players. What a top 4 it's going to be. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I will be in touch with you guys very soon, more than likely, as the return of Streetfighterxtekken on Steam becomes official. More than likely in the next few weeks. I do have someone who knows a guy at Capcom who did say they would kind of let me know what's going on. Now, keep in mind, I can't tell you what's going on for confidentiality reasons if he does tell me something, but I am pretty confident that the wait is almost over. And if not, you got RPCS3, and you also have EVO coming up. I'll keep you guys informed of the official EVO side term information for Streetfighterxtekken. I also apply for Tekken Tag 2 using my same mini PCs, so Tekken Tag 2 players, I got you guys covered as well. Furthermore, I will keep you guys posted when I have the official theme song for Crosswires created by Black Tide's Gabriel Garcia, the singer of the Streetfighterxtekken opening, Honest Dies. I'm very excited about that. I'm so giddy. In the interim, this is Psycho Blue. Conduct the Hype Train, Mr. Hype Gems, hashtag Crosswires. I will see each and every one of you next time, whenever and wherever that may be. Toodles.